when last we left the party, you had jumped through a portal into the Feywild after the Enchantress Sim rushing everyone forward as he was flying in on the carpet.
Oh,
As you
did that really happen?
yeah, did
Whoops.
it. So, as you enter the Feywild, Fey, the beautiful enchantress before you, shepherding the children ahead, the portal closes behind you. Just before the portal closes, you see Sim on carpet take a deep bow, and then both him and carpet disappear as his greater... What is it actually called?
Minor illusion.
Yep, greater illusion disappears, and the portal closes behind you. Sim is nowhere to be seen, and the enchantress is moving at a swift pace in front of you, headed towards some grove supposedly in the distance.
Hold up.
Whoops.
Where did Ketchup go? Is he joining us soon?
I think he tricked us.
He does that.
I know.
At least that damn carpet is away from me. Away from Narga.
He probably thinks the carpet can save him from the tidal wave.
This is a new place.
What tidal wave?
The one that's going to kill everybody.
Oh. Narga talked to a few people about that. Yeah, don't worry about tidal wave. It's hitting somewhere else.
Oh. Okay. I feel better then. At least we
don't.
saved the kids.
From the non-existent tidal wave? Yes. We are heroes.
Well, you know, and the hag.
I was in the midst of a hunt, and then I get told about this so-called tidal wave, and dragged into all this fighting, and now I'm somewhere different. I'm not even sure if there's good things to hunt here.
Naruto's not entirely sure he has met Cat Person.
Oh, hey.
Narga is Narga.
Cat Person is Cat Person.
Good name.
Some people call me Flash.
Narga is going to inspect him. Is Flash wearing clothes?
Like a set of old worn leather armor, but mostly it's just like a loincloth and pouches.
On the plus side, Narga, he does actually look like a tabaxi, not those cat-eared, cat-tailed, humanish creatures that you had to deal with.
Narga just wanted to make sure he wasn't like wearing a trench coat or something.
I'm the Tabaxi Flasher. It's not that shocking because it's all fur and people can't really tell, but I'll tell you, when I've come across Tabaxi, they sure are surprised.
Narga has no context to where they are. It's just literally another jungle to him.
So maybe we should follow that elf.
She does have the kids that we saved.
And I think she's like royal or something like that.
She is the elfiest of all elves.
I've met her before.
The high elf.
She paid me for some work, sort of.
What kind of work?
You mean you actually got paid? Narga feels like we haven't got paid for anything we've done.
Well, yeah, remember those coins that kept turning into people and stuff?
Yeah, Narga remembers 2 coins turning into people. One turned into person, one turned into cat thing that dragged Narga to hell.
Yeah, there was some other stuff, but that was her.
Oh yeah, speaking of those coins, you notice, Spider, by your foot, well, actually on your foot, a baby red squirrel is just sitting on your foot as you are walking along.
Oh, hey, I'll put him up on my shoulder. And then just keep talking.
Okay.
Narga is going to try to grab squirrel and eat squirrel.
I will dodge. You can't eat
Narga
the squirrels.
does not try that hard.
This is my familiar.
You have familiar now?
Kind of, yeah.
Hmm.
The squirrels, all of them.
I thought familiar was Barrett's hat.
Well, that's kind of like a familiar.
Hmm.
By the way, Barrett's hat is looking. Well, if a hat could be satisfied and sleepy, the hat looks happy and satisfied and might be slightly purring on top of Barrett's head once more.
See?
No, it had to make good weapon. Narga saw that attack. It's fantastic.
Well, squirrels make good weapons. They just have to grow up a little bit.
Squirrels make good rations. I don't know about good weapons.
Well, I mean, I haven't worked out how yet, but we'll find a way.
Get them
Attack
little
squirrels.
tails together, and you can use them like
Narga
nunchucks.
feels like it involves a pun involving squirrels' nuts.
No.
Nutchucks?
No. I can't think of any. So, we're going to follow that enchantress over there. Right, guys?
Okay. So,
Sure.
as you begin following along behind the enchantress, Spider, the squirrel, after having hidden behind your head, you can actually start hearing it, like, talk about how big, fuzzy, dog, wolf, creature, dog, cat, creature is scary and must stay away. And it's just like chattering next to your head.
Okay, well, I'll give him a little scratch by the ear. Tell him I told the big scary dog man to not eat him today.
Okay. Seems to calm down with that.
Does Narga hear Dogman? Because I know that Spider understands squirrel. Does he speak squirrel?
So, Spider is speaking in whatever language Spider has chosen to speak in.
Common.
Okay, then yeah, Narga would hear that.
Narga is not Dogman.
Oh, I know, but, he doesn't know. It's to distinguish you from Catman.
Narga is impressed that squirrel speaks common. Narga always thought squirrel spoke squirrel, and therefore it was like squeak, squeak, squeakums. Squeakums.
Oh, well, mostly, but, you have to be a familiar.
Squeak, squeak, squeaker.
I'm not sure how this familiar thing works. It could be that I'm the familiar. I'm not sure.
Squirrel wizard.
Well, yeah, that would make the wizard the squirrel, but I'm not a wizard, so I must be the familiar.
Alright, and as you walk along, we are actually going to shift to another part of the Feywild. Not too terribly far away. In that the Enchantress is actually in the same forest. Chester, you have been summoned by your father once more. And he is sitting upon his throne of vines, with his head kind of propped up against his fist. His own horns gloriously shining in the light of the trees. His hooven feet crossed while he sits. And the numerous nymphs that accompany him almost all the time are just spread all around this grove.
Like slugs.
Timian, I have had word that your brother's troop has arrived without him. And I'm very disappointed by this, especially because I so would have liked to know more about the company he has been keeping. I want you to go and meet them and find out if you can learn the easiest way to get to Sim.
Timian looks completely crestfallen that he is once again his brother's keeper, aka his bond. Like, the shoulders. So, not that you guys can see this yet, but Timian is the exact opposite of Sim. He is not a pretty boy. He is a much more warrior-esque looking satyr, all sorts of scarred up, and his clothing is utilitarian. But definitely has the vibe of a very dangerous satyr as opposed to a theatrical, amusing one. So after the whole head bow, crestfallen, he kind of just says, "At once, father."
This
And
should be in the Enchantress's Grove. Yes, I know. You don't like that particular grove, even though it is such a lovely one. Just watch out for the blue mushrooms.
That's Sim's habit, not mine, father. I'll find them at once, and I will bring them before you. And his tone definitely implies that he will do so violently if necessary.
Oh, good, good. I look forward to meeting with them.
And then he turns to go do so.
As you walk away, you can actually hear your father talk to one of his most close compatriots, telling them to start gathering the hunt. Which you would know implies that he is going to potentially force these friends of Sim's to join in the hunt.
Yay. He's actually going to use his. I have the soldier background, and being that he's the Lord Marshal's son, he is going to try and grab some muscle to accompany him to the Enchantress's Grove as well, with which to help motivate these people to come speak with his father.
Okay. Oh, this is going to be fun. Go ahead and roll me 2d10s. These will represent who you actually get. Alright, so a 4 and a 9. The 9, you actually get a creature that looks like they have an skull of a deer for a face with large antlers. And it looks like they are created out of bones and wood.
A Leshen? Really?
What? We're friends.
Yeah.
He has the kind of demeanor that says, "I'm a friend."
And he nods his head and begins following you. The 4 is a small, almost gnome-sized creature with a hat covered in blood that is dripping down its face.
I love red caps.
Me too.
And so you get a red cap to join along with you as well. So,
Huzzah! A merry band are we. We don't sing. We're a stealthy bunch.
Still married, though.
well, the red cap thinks he's merry, though I'll let you decide when he actually gets to doing what red caps do.
Gallows humor is still humor.
Uh-huh. Again, that's why we're friends.
Alright, so back to the other party members as Timian begins stalking off resentfully towards the Enchantress's Grove. You very soon reach a grove of trees that has light purple glowing lights floating around it as ambient light. Around the ground there are various mushrooms, including blue and purple ones, purple and fuchsia ones. Various mushrooms of large sizes and small sizes. And the Enchantress begins singing. Now this song is... I can't do it justice, so I'm not even going to try. But it is
Nope. You started it. We have to hear it.
No,
The whole song.
no. I do not have a singing voice anymore. Not after yelling out over the waters. So, it is a beautiful, ethereal song that she sings, and from around this grove, as the children begin kind of like settling in, tired against various mushrooms, you see dryads, though not what Narga thinks is a dryad, nymphs and sylphs and other
What are you talking about? Ketchup said that the snail thinks with dryads, and therefore they are dryads. Ketchup would not lie to Narga.
Exactly. These are not dryads to Narga. There is also a couple of short ponies with one has kind of pinkish hair and pinkish fur, and the other one has bluish hair and bluish fur. What is Spider, Narga, and Flash's passive perception?
9.
12.
15.
Alright, so Flash and Spider, you recognize that these two ponies are actually soaking wet.
Can Narga, how big are these ponies? Are they ration size?
They're maybe like a 5-day ration size.
Ooh, Narga is going to, like, salivate, bring out his dagger, which is actually more like a butcher knife, and like another dagger that's actually just a sharpened fork, and start chasing after the ponies.
Hey, Narga, that might be the lady's ponies. We should
As you
ask
run
her.
forward, Narga, you do see on the back of these ponies is actually plates just piled high with meat.
Best ponies ever! Narga's going to chase after them.
Okay, well, this is going to be fun. They actually start laughing. And everyone can hear in common, these two ponies actually yell out, "Wonderful! It's time to play tag!" And they start charging off towards what looks like a cliff.
I'll lean over to Flash. Be like, hey, could you understand them too?
No, I don't speak horse.
Okay. Animals talk to me a lot, and I never know who can hear them. Like cats. I don't know that you actually speak common. I mean, do you?
What's common?
It's what the people on this continent, that continent. Where are we? We're in the Feywild. That's weird.
This entire time, Narga is literally running after what I'm assuming are either Pookies or Kelpies. Either way, he's about to die. Pretty horrible death.
Wow, is that a lake over there and they're charging straight for it?
Yeah,
How odd.
indeed they are. And the
Oh, no.
ponies, who are speaking common, are laughing in this cheerful, almost maniacal, high-pitched voices.
So, since Fey are my favorite enemy, do I know anything about them?
You can certainly roll. You can do either, I think in this case, either a nature or history check.
And he has advantage.
And you have advantage because of them being your favorite enemies.
That'll do well with my -1. There we go.
You actually do. You recognize these as Kelpies. You know that if they can get Narga in the water, they are going to attempt to drown him.
Oh,
And then eat him, because they actually eat meat.
so we should go save Narga. I think those guys are carnivorous. Sim told me about those.
They're dangerous?
Yeah, they're like little pony shark.
Then the
things.
hunt is on! And
Okay.
Flash draws his bow and goes dashing after them.
Alright, I guess we're gonna have to roll initiative.
But they look tasty. I mean,
I mean, they already come with pre-cooked meat. It's
right?
amazing.
You don't have to prepare them at all.
Alright, so we got a 6 for Narga. A 24 for the Spider Lord.
Who will hereafter be called Squirrel.
Squirrel Lord?
Yes. And look, I brought a prop.
I
It's the
love
largest
it!
squirrel I've ever seen.
Alright.
Rat
Okay.
is a squirrel. You're a rat.
I'm gonna pour myself another orange juice. So my initiative is until 6, and I find it's better to play Narga where I have no idea what's going on. So
I know, and you love doing that. Alright, so it's gonna go Spider, and then Bramble.
Cool. Spider.
And then, hang on, sorry, I do have to get this actually situated so it'll go faster. And then, oh, I haven't added one for him.
Hmm. Much
Flash.
sadness.
There we go. Now you're added. Bramble, then Flash, then Briar. And then Narga. Okay, so it does seem like the rest of your party are actually distracted by the children, the food being brought out, and the Enchantress herself. It seems like Ro, and at least currently Barrett, and... what the fuck was Chris's character's name?
We never remember.
Ah! I hate it when I can't remember.
It was row number 2.
And row number 2.
No, it was Drask.
Thank you, Drask. They all seem to not notice what is going on.
Okay.
So, Squirrel Lord, you are up first.
So, if you remember in AD&D, there were the Beast Lords. In the, what is it? Wasn't in D&Ds and Demigods there was the Cat Lord?
I believe
That
so.
implied that there was a Lord for each type of animal, so I'm pretty stoked about this.
Dope.
So, as the newly dubbed Squirrel Lord, I'm going to actually just try to get in front of Narga and stop him. Use my... well, I guess he's pretty big himself, but I'm fast. My movement is 35, and I get a rogue dash bonus action. So I will interpose myself with Narga and bring his momentum to a crashing stop.
Okay, I will say that horse, because while horse is not a horse, it's still a herd animal. Horse runs right alongside you, so...
okay. I forgot about him. Got it.
Alright. Okay, so the Squirrel Lord comes dashing forward, doubles his speed, with horse following right alongside him, and runs right in front of Narga, or at least attempts to.
Whoa, Narga! Hold up.
How fast was Narga going before we started initiative?
Narga was dashing, and but he doesn't have any extra speed things because Narga is sorcerer. So, 60 feet per round.
Okay, so that is a problem. Horse will actually be able to be a little bit ahead of you, Spider. What is your speed per round normally?
Well, without my bonus action, I can go 70 per round. And then with my bonus action, I can go 105.
Okay, so you can actually get in front of Narga, so can Horse. So you do actually get in front of Narga. And then it's Bramble's turn, who is going to peek over her shoulder. How the fuck is my battery running low? Shit. Oh, that's why it got unplugged for some reason. Oh. Sorry, AC, that's gonna suck in a bit. Okay, sorry. Bramble looks over her shoulder and will actually call out to Narga, "Come! The water is going to be wonderful! And there's going to be so many good things to eat!" And she slows down just a little bit since you're standing in front of Narga, but she's a little bit ahead. Flash, you are up next.
I'm going to use my feline's agility to move 60 feet forward and then try to take a shot at the rearmost of the two ponies.
Alright, that would be Briar at the moment. Which I suppose I should pull up their stats.
Do you have stats for Kelpie? I don't know if that's a standard D&D monster.
What, you think I didn't start statting him out or something?
We forced her hand.
16. Does a 16 hit?
16 does hit.
Sweet. Sadly, these are not cold iron.
Die, Kelpie, die!
11 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is that a magical weapon?
Nope.
Okay, thank you very much.
Wait a minute. Is it?
Is it a +1 weapon or anything?
No.
Okay.
Alright, so it does actually hit her haunch, like the fleshy back end of a pony, but it doesn't seem to bleed quite as much as you thought it should, for how deeply it sunk in. It is now her turn, and she actually turns around and rips it out of her own flesh, and dashes forward. And in a sing-song voice, she again does say, "Come, follow us! The swimming is going to be amazing!" And as she runs, she actually kind of prances a little bit. Narga.
So, Scott has the question. When last we left, we were fairly low on resources.
Could you shift your mic, sorry?
When last we stopped, we were kind of low on resources. If we had a long rest,
No, not since the fight with the hag and demon. You did get a long rest before you went in there. Well, short rest. Sorry, you got a short rest before.
yeah, I don't. So I don't have many of my spells or sorcery points back. Right?
Not unless you get them back on a short rest.
No, I don't get any of those things back on a short rest. They're all long rest abilities. Yeah. Okay. So Narga has Jack and shit. So Narga is going to bull rush Squirrel Lord. Don't get between Narga and his meat. And he is going to shove Squirrel Lord out of the way as his action.
Alright, so... It's
opposed athletics check.
Yeah, opposed athletics check to see if you can actually push him out of the way,
right? Or he can use an acrobatics check if it's higher for him.
Okay.
I have to use athletics.
The Squirrel Lord still beats you.
With a 1.
With a nat 1. How do you have a +9 on your athletics?
It's my expertise.
Oh, okay.
Spider is a climber. He's a high, what are they called? He's a box man. He climbs to the top story and robs it.
Second story man.
Second story man, thank you.
Alright.
Okay.
And he's got long limbs.
I can't get him out of my way, so... Narga is so hungry, please let me eat. That's my turn.
Yeah, I'm waiting for my turn to reply.
It is now your turn, Spider.
Oh. Narga, wait. Those are kelpies. They're gonna eat you. They're like water horse shark things. It's a trick. Everything here is a trick.
Narga starts looking around. Does this forest look particularly burnable?
Well, it is a very lush, dense forest.
Okay. We will consider that when it's my turn again.
So yeah, my action is to block Narga. So, holding my action, if he tries to run past me, I'll grab him.
Alright, so if
He can bite me
Target
or something.
tries to run past you, you're going to try to grapple him. That is your action.
That is my action.
Okay. It is now Bramble's turn, who, seeing that her quarry is not following, will actually turn around, lean around, and take the plate of meat in her mouth and start bobbing it up and down to try to get Narga's attention.
Nargo whimpers. He whimpers as a free action.
Whimpering is a free action!
Write that down. House rule.
Yeah. Alright, Flash, it is your turn.
If they're just sitting there in the water, I'll just stand, kind of scratch my head, wondering why the first hit didn't work, and shoot again.
Alright, are you shooting Briar, who ran ahead, or are you shooting Bramble, who is brandishing a plate of meat, taunting Narga?
Let's go for Bramble.
Okay. That one misses. Anything else you want to do?
Nah.
Alright, Briar dashes forward into the water, and she starts prancing in the water and going, "Come in! Swim! The water is perfect!" And there's spray of water flying off of her hooves. Narga.
And, Narga is going to very quickly look around. If there is any tree that looks particularly like dead or perhaps like easily flammable, he will firebolt it. If there isn't, he's going to Eldritch Blast the one with the meat and try to like knock the plate of meat off of its mocking horse face.
Alright, go ahead and give me a quick investigation check.
Ooh, yay. Narga making investigation checks. Always is great.
Yep.
Not actually bad this time.
No, not bad, but this is a dense, lush forest. It seems with that roll like all of these trees are healthy and full of sap and water.
Okay, I just Eldritch Blast this horse bitch face. So a 16 and a 10.
16 hits.
7 points of force damage to it.
Okay, so it slams against the plate. You hear Bramble scream out, "Ah!" as the plate tumbles out of her mouth and lands on the ground, meat spilling everywhere.
That's what you get for not sharing! You should always share! He also turns to the camera. You should always share, kids. Or Nargo will Eldritch Blast your stupid face.
Alright, Spider.
Hey, good shot.
Against Bramble or Briar? The closer one or the one frolicking in the water?
I'm not actually going to shoot. I'm just admiring his shot. I will get my bow ready, though, just in case they charge or something like that. So if the pony charges us or attacks us, I will then shoot it.
Okay. Bramble's turn. And I really hope Chester comes back soon. Yay, Chester's back! Alright.
I'm here. I'm just suffering, so I figured I'd save you the view.
I'm so sorry. So Bramble goes, "Well, fine, we'll just have more fun with you in the Druid's Cup." And then runs into the water and actually dives down.
Narga actually looks at Rose's pants and be like, "Is she wearing a cup?" I feel like that's pointless.
Alright. As Bramble disappears below the water with this unexplained comment, Timian, your party has actually reached the Empress's grove. You can actually see the Empress with 13 children around. The children are drinking the Empress's drinks and drinking the Empress's food. And there are several...
Drinking the Empress's food? Wow, that's impressive.
They were thirsty.
Yeah, no, she had it blended for them. They're like
Movie
smoothies.
stations.
Ooh, smoothies.
Yeah. There's a couple of lizard folk there. There's a dwarf that are talking with the various fae of the Enchantress's grove. But you can also see off to one side one of the Kelpies that you know is involved with a particular game, and a large blue troll, a gnoll, and a tabaxi, along with this horse with horns that does not quite seem to be a horse.
Well, Tim will walk into the grove and announce his presence to the Enchantress, because propriety and all, I'm visiting her grove. He'll step in and be like, Enchantress, we need to speak. You host among you mortals desired by my father for a visit, for they traversed with that irksome plaything of yours, Sim.
She actually laughs out loud and spins, and then turns and leans really close into Timian and goes, "Oh, Timian, my dear, I haven't seen you in so long. Won't you be joining the festivities?"
Yes, it has been long. Not enough. Father wants to speak with all of these things. So I imagine the drunk ones are Sim's friends. They must come. What about those things over there? And he points to the ones chasing the Kelpies. Were they Sims as well?
Oh, yes. Those were most intimate friends of Sim's. But what is your father going to give to me for giving up my playthings? For it is I that have brought them into my court.
And did you seek the Lord Marshal of the Outer Marshes permission to cross over the threshold with these things? Is it not his job to police the borders?
So she actually laughs at this.
Of course she
And
does.
you feel the forest around you actually turning cold. It seems like you can feel it, the rest of the people drinking and dancing don't feel it. As she laughs and says, "Timian, my dear, you do know that my realm is the beginning border of the Winter Kingdom. Your Lord Marshal has no bearing on my plans."
On your plans, no. But they had to pass through the Outer Marshes. Therefore, he has claim before they reached you. They are therefore fugitives, and we are here to bring them in.
She is still big old grin.
Are we getting? Are we like coming back at this point? Or are we? I'm trying to get timeline thing. Or are we still chasing after the Kelpie?
You are still chasing up after the Kelpie, because you guys have not decided to actually come back. I will say that when...
Well, as soon as the Kelpies like flutter off, Norga would be crestfallen and go back to where he smells food.
Okay, well, there's the plate of food on the ground, and there's food back in the...
So the plate of food actually exists?
Yes, the plate of food is actually meat. It is a plate of meat.
Okay.
So, did Sim tell me something about not eating food here? Is that a thing?
I feel like he did.
He might have.
Can I roll to see if that was a real thing, or if that was a Sim thing, or if I have a -1 to my roll?
And I feel like Narga should get an Arcana check too. He's been plane bouncing quite a bit.
Alright, I will accept Arcana checks regarding whether or not to eat in the Feywild.
Ooh, I have advantage.
Ooh! Hey, I got higher than you!
That was hard.
You guys are never escaping the Feywild.
Flash, do you want to take an Arcana check?
Sure.
I already know that Ro believes not to. This is
Food's good to
great.
eat here.
Yeah, hey, food, look.
Yeah, no, all three of you think it's perfectly fine to eat things.
Naruga is going to eat the street pizza of the plate that fell on the ground.
Okay,
Cheese side down. It's pretty gross.
okay.
I actually don't, like, Scott actually has no idea if this counts or not because it's not offered food. The food Naruga is about to eat that's been offered to him, that's a problem.
Yeah, we are going to get to that. I am trying to actually stall for time for that section because Ro has specifically said that she is called out, don't eat the food. And I mean, you guys are
Naruga is very good at following orders, but not good about following orders regarding not eating food.
Yeah, so I am stalling a little bit on the feast due to the fact that I know that Ro and possibly Barrett and Drask might have things to say to the other party.
Okay. Well, Naruga's probably he's gonna spend some time eating whatever this meat is, and then he'll head back at that time frame.
Okay. Yeah, the Kelpies disappear beneath the waves. The food is real. Timian, these three strange people, after having lost the Kelpies in the water, though they didn't seem to follow them into the water, are walking back towards you, and the Enchantress just still has a shit-eating grin on her face.
As we notice the goat person, Narga actually gets a big smile on his face first and goes, "It's ketchup!" Oh, you're not the ketchup. Ketchup is much prettier than you. And then he notices food and goes sits down at the banquet table.
Spider has rations, so I'll pull out a bag of dried berries and start munching.
Okay.
So,
There's table, so
maybe Enchantress Lady will tell us how to get back.
Maybe the Enchantress Lady has good food. Naruga is that was decent, but Naruga is still hungry. Naruga needs food to recover spells.
Your path
I
forward
will
lies with me.
absolutely offer you hospitality. And
Except
all
that
of
your
the
Is
laws
hospitality
that...
good?
Hospitality is the best. Please, bring forth the
No.
feast.
That is not a moral judgment. I am asking, is hospitality tasty?
Yes, hospitality is very tasty. And,
To carnivores like Narga, or to leaf-eating Elfie McElf faces like yourself with all royal bullshit?
oh no, there shall be meat. There shall be meat.
I'm gonna walk up to Satyr guy, look him up and down.
Alright. So, Timian, this large troll person with tusks and kind of bluish skin and long limbs, walks up to you as the Enchantress's people begin bringing forth the feast. As she has declared, she is offering hospitality to this party.
Tim grumbles about that bullshit move. And this troll that starts looking him up and down, he says, "Is there a problem, Bluehead?" He's really good at insults. He is not Sam.
No, we know another goat man like you, Satyr. So, you're the second Satyr I've met.
Yep.
You'll be meeting him many more soon.
Yep, Spider. With your passive perception, you do recognize with Timian's features, he does have some familiar features with Sim. He's not nearly as pretty as Sim, but they have similar noses, similar cheekbones.
Are you Sim's father? He mentioned his father. Maybe that's why he didn't come with us.
maybe that's Ketchup's sister. Could be Ketchup's sister.
I will stare inappropriately at his chestal region and be like, "Nope, I don't think so."
Chester's Ketchup's cousin?
No, I think this is his father.
Hmm.
Are you his father?
No. You'll be
Oh.
meeting many satyrs soon.
Well, okay. Where are they?
Naruga feels like you were threatening, but that was not threatening. Like, Goatman's tone is very serious, but what is coming out of his mouth is not actually a threat. It's more of a statement.
Yes, it is a statement. It is not a threat. You will be meeting many satyrs soon.
See, he did it again. It does sound threatening.
Trust me. I don't make threats.
So, I don't mean to be indelicate, but is this when you say we're going to meet many satyrs soon? Like when Sim meets people when we go to new places and things happen and there's citywide distraction?
Yes, Naruga has seen things that Naruga cannot unsee.
I rather hope it turns out quite differently than that one's parties.
Parties, yeah, that's the word I was going for. Okay.
No, we are Ketchup's party. That is Ketchup's soiree? Hootenanny?
He's used those words.
Shindigging.
Orgy.
Shindig. Shindig, I think, is Naruga thinks is Ketchup's favorite word.
So, can you tell us how to get out of here?
You will see my father before you go anywhere else.
Do you have better food than Enchantress?
The food coming forth from the Enchantress's people are a varieties of spiced meats and unspiced meats and vegetables and various fruits and berries and cheeses and meads and wines and beer, as well as whiskey, and there seems to be a person who looks as though they were wrought of starlight, who is mixing drinks for anyone that wants them.
Okay, Naga is not interested in the alcohol, but will be eating. So I'm going to go ahead and this because you're waiting for Shayna. So I'm basically done because the only thing Narga would do at this point is eat.
All right, so I am going to go ahead and ask the rest of the Sun Puppies if they would eat to at least get an idea of.
So, Ro is telling us not to?
Ro would definitely be telling you not to.
So, in response to what Narga said to Tim, he will have said something nice and cryptic like, "If you trust the Enchantress's food, it will be everything you want it to be and more."
And yeah, Narga is going.
I think Narga's past caring.
Narga is going to dive into the food on that one. Although at that point, Narga again stopped in middle about eating the flesh bite. See again, what is with the threatening tone? Seriously, you just promised me the best meal of Narga's life.
I just said if you trust the food, it will be everything you want and more.
Squirrel Lord. Narga's not the only one that's hearing this, right?
No, he sounds like my old guildmaster when he told me that I would get what was coming to me. And then I got on a boat and I came here.
Yeah. So Narga is really confused.
It might be a dialect of Sylvan. I can't tell. But, Sim didn't talk like that.
No, and Sim was very forthright when he was feeding us bullshit.
Well, no, that's not true. Sim sounded like he was trying to get you to do something bad every time he said something forthright. So there's a relationship there somewhere. I don't get what it is, but
maybe foreign land things. Maybe their inflections are off. Like if I say something like, "You're gonna have a terrible day," they might take that as a threat, not ironic.
I don't
If
know.
you'd like to give me control of your day, I can assure you it would be quite a terrible one for you.
See, now that was a threat.
No, it was a statement
No words.
predicated upon you giving me
Word,
control.
tone, inflection, all match up. That was a threat.
Oh, is that cheese? So I'm gonna grab some cheese that goes by, but I'm also scared to eat it because Sim told me not to, but I'm pretty sure he was not telling me the truth. But now Rose says I shouldn't. So
And now this new ketchup is trying to tell us that it's going to be the best meal of our lives, except saying it menacingly.
I'm going to do the second best thing, and I'm going to pretend I ate something, but I'm just going to like sleight of hand some cheese into my vest.
Okay. Go ahead
That's
and
my-
do a sleight of hand check to see if anyone notices.
My background is urchin, so I will be stealing food, not eating it at this party.
All right. That's pretty effective.
Hold it up to my face, go, drop it in my sleeve, put it in my pocket.
Yeah.
Narga is also going to do the opposite thing. Narga is like, this is strange. Narga does not trust this food, but Narga will offer to cook.
Narga will offer to cook.
Yes. You are extending your hospitality, but we are imposing upon you, kind mistress. Let Narga provide for you and the children. And then he will stand up and go to like cast bonfire on whatever
So the
cooking apparatus.
enchantress. Oh. Okay. So the enchantress does say, "You're offering hospitality to me, reciprocal, in my own home."
He's gonna turn to Ro and be like, "Is this bad?" Narga is really confused. Narga
No.
walks off and starts crying. In a
I'm
corner.
gonna pat him on the shoulder. I think it's brilliant, Narga. This is a good idea. I'm gonna grab a tray and offer the enchantress something to eat.
So in this moment, Spider and Narga, you both see the enchantress shift slightly differently. To Spider, she becomes the most beautiful female of your preferred type. Because you haven't actually talked about what Spider's preferred type is, if it's troll or human or anything else. Narga, same for you, is she suddenly becomes the most beautiful female of your preferred type, whatever that is.
Well, it would be Noel, except the moment that happens, Narga drops whatever he's doing, screams like a little girl, and runs the fuck away.
I was gonna say Spider is scared of girls, so probably she doesn't change at all. She's already that. He doesn't have a preferred species.
Oh, this
But,
is
yeah.
great. So Narga, she totally misread him, and Narga just screams and starts running away.
Spider accidentally drops the tray he was trying to hold. As he suddenly becomes clumsy, his dexterity is now inverse.
Yeah, no, she actually manages to grab the tray and
Oh,
brings it
I'm
towards her.
really sorry. Sorry.
She pops one of the fruits from the tray in her mouth and goes, "Delightful. Does anyone want to go gather your friend? I think I might have scared him."
Narga is running full speed in a serpentine pattern.
We can find him later.
Narga's running off.
Fail.
Flash will jump up. The hunt is on and go chasing after him.
Oh, this is gonna be great. Shall we stick with the former initiative, or do you guys want to re-roll?
I say we stick with it.
I'm the original.
I'm fine with it. But Chester needs to roll for Timian, though.
Yeah, but he needs a moment away from keyboard. So I am going to say that Timian, with his followers, at least in this moment, because everyone else seems to be calm, is going to go after Narga. So until he comes back and rolls his initiative, he's going to be following you. So Spider, you are up first. Narga is screamed the most girlish scream you could imagine Narga to scream, and has started running away.
Okay, I'm gonna just stand there. I'm standing there,
Okay.
looking around nervously, like I have no idea what to do. I have social anxiety all of a sudden, and I'm just gonna stand there.
Okay.
If she stops looking at me, I'm actually gonna go hide. But for now, I'm in the middle of. I'm in the open. So.
Oh, this is gonna get awkward. I'm sorry. I apologize beforehand. Flash, you are up next.
I'm just dashing after Narga.
Can I roll to see what direction I ran?
Yes, give me a D4, cardinal direction.
D4 or D8 for.
D8, 1 starting at north, 2 northeast, etc.
So I head due east.
Oh, great! You're headed towards the cliff and the water again.
I knew that he would. Come on.
That's great. Yeah, that's great. All right, Flash. Narga is headed towards the water once more, and you are dashing after.
Flash will begin slowing down.
All right, you are
Flash
fast
does not
enough,
like.
to catch up to Narga, even with him starting running because of your Tabaxi dash, if you choose to take it.
Yes.
Alright. So you get right up to Narga. You do have a chance to say something, because you have your movement, your dash, and then your Tabaxi dash. You can either be in front of him or next to him. It's actually up to you.
Oh, I was gonna try to like slide tackle him.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, go for it. I'm pretty sure a tackle is going to be an athletics check versus either athletics or acrobatics.
Athletics is better for Narga.
All right.
Wait, would slide tackling him knock us into the water? Are we like right on the cliff edge?
No, you've still got another 60 feet before you get to the cliff and water.
Dope.
It's a tie.
Tie goes to the attacker.
All right, Flash, you managed to slide tackle him into the ground.
Is it Narga's turn?
Yes. Well, actually, it's Briar's turn again, and she pokes her head up out of the water and go, "Are you coming back to swim? The water's wonderful. Do you want to ride to the next area? Is that why you're back?"
No. Narga does not know you. Narga is sorry about this, but Narga has no idea who you are. So Narga is going to actually take the grapple, squeeze him tighter, and with his last sorcery point, subtle cast inflict wounds.
Oh!
Ouch!
Ow!
Which is a touch attack. So I'm already touching him, and I subtle cast it. So is that an instant hit?
Considering he's got you grappled, I think so. I think that's an insta-hit. But, do you want to roll to see if you crit?
Yeah, let's just roll with advantage and see what happens. Maybe it's not an instant hit, but we'll roll with advantage.
Yeah, because you might accidentally do it on his.
Yeah. Okay.
18 still works.
Okay. 26 points of necrotic damage to it.
All right. Well.
Let me go.
Well, he got interrupted momentarily, so we'll figure out what the 26 does to him. It's now the Enchantress's turn. She is looking at Spider, and she takes her hand and actually gently strokes your face. And her presence seems to, like, exude out from her. I need you, at this moment, to make a wisdom saving throw. You actually pass.
Not my bad stat.
Yeah, you managed to pass.
Spider's an idiot, but he has a little bit of willpower.
Yeah. So, despite the fact that it feels like she is the most charming, amazing person ever, and that you want to talk forever to her, you resist, and you can feel that it is something about her that is maybe her presence, but maybe may not be magical?
Yes, James, it was 26 points of damage as Narga yelled at you to let him go.
Yeah.
So Spider will reach up and touch her hand while it's on his cheek, and then gently pull it away and say, I've been friends with Sim for a while now. So while I appreciate the trickery, I'm going to have to pass.
Oh, you are so much more interesting than I thought I would find in Sim's party. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I wanted to check on the kids. So are they going to be trapped here forever?
Well, they have been eating and drinking the food because they have been hungry for a couple days, so...
Oh, that's a real thing?
You don't quite know how it works?
Oh, I was asking her. Sorry.
Oh, you were asking the Enchantress?
The Enchantress, yes.
She just smiles. She doesn't actually answer. Oh, is that a squirrel on your shoulder? And unless there's something else you want to do, it's Bramble's turn.
That's it. I'm being awkward.
Say again?
I'm just going to be awkward.
Okay. Bramble's head actually peeks up over the cliff, and her little hooves are on the cliff. She places her little horse face on her hooves and goes, "So, is this like a wrestling party? Do I get to join? Or is this like a twofer thing?" Flash, it is now your turn.
Well, seeing as how I successfully slide tackled Nargo, and I got zapped for it, I will disengage, leap to my feet, and say, "You're it, now get me," and I dash away from him.
Oh, okay. It is now Briar's turn, who peeks up, "Tag!" And she actually runs out of the water, avoiding Narga, and is, like, headed right into the grove. Which brings us to Narga.
Narga is going to see the cliff, decide that's not the way. Notice the horses. He stands up, and he runs any direction other than east. So if I roll a 2, 3, or 4, I'll roll again.
Alright, sounds good.
Actually, screw that. So he's going to run, we'll say south along the cliff face.
Sounds good. So that does bring you closer to Briar, as she was kind of running south.
Okay, I'm trying to avoid basically anyone, so north, I guess.
Okay. So north. Spider. Oh, I wish. So, I will say Timian is, like, at this point, he and his troop, because Chester is not back yet, are, like, standing off, but they are close by and they are watching you guys. The red cap is actually kind of like dancing back and forth on his feet as though he wants to do something, but seems to have received some sort of command not to do anything. But, Spider, Narga is now running north along the cliff line. There is the bluish Kelpie running kind of south and then towards the grove after yelling out, "Yay, tag!"
So Spider's gonna look around. Everybody's nice and distracted. So out of my rations, do I maybe have anything interesting to eat?
Define interesting.
I don't know, anything that I think would be different here. Like everything seems to be, I don't know, do I have a cake or something like that?
Well, you haven't told me that you've bought any pastries.
Just, I have rations in my pack, so
Yeah,
they're
the
ill-defined
rations tend
rations.
to be like dried rations. You do know that
Who all had the mushrooms?
Ro actually has cannabis pastries that she herself has made in her pack. You do know Narga has flail snail larva that he has been snacking on. But
Okay, well, I'll
Ro
just...
also has the special mushrooms Narga gave her.
yes, she does.
Okay. I'm just gonna pull some nuts of some kind out of my rations while everybody's kind of looking away. Pick up one of the trays, put them on there nicely, and I'll go over to the red cap.
Okay.
Say, hungry? Offer to him.
He kind of looks up at you and grabs some of the meat and just stuffs it in his mouth.
Does he grab anything that I've offered him?
No, he grabs meat. If you put meat on the plate, he would have eaten it.
I'll get out some jerky and rations. I'll pull out the jerky and put it on the tray and offer it to him.
He looks over, grabs the jerky, and starts chewing on the jerky.
Cool. What's your name?
Bloodlust.
Bloodlust? I'm Spider.
Hi, Spider.
You just ate food from the mortal realm. That means that you're bound to me for 101 years.
He looks, oh, that's not how the hospitality works, but we are bound.
Oh. Well, I thought I'd try it. You want some more jerky?
Oh, I want so much more than that. And he leans awkwardly against you. Well, it leans awkwardly against you. And kind of looks up at you. I would love some more jerky. Would you like some meat? And pulls out a bloody heart and offers it to you.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be rude not to take it. I'll offer him the meat and swap him.
Alright.
And then I'll do the fake I didn't really eat it trick.
You still took it.
The entire time, I was like, Narga has the sense that there was an interesting NPC that would have had a lot in common with Narga.
So yeah, I'll mime eating a bite and then like drop it into my pouch.
Okay. This is gonna be so interesting when Spider finds out about this. Alright, Bramble would be up next, whose little hooves are on the cliff. She leaps up, and goes, "It's Tag! Wait, who's it? Everyone's running away. I must be it!" And she actually darts after Narga. So Narga is now being followed by this pink Kelpie pony. Oh,
Okay. Because I'm pretty sure the Kelpie is way quicker than Narga. Narga will, every time it's his turn, cast Bonfire, like create, basically trying to set the Feywild on fire,
okay.
or like, no, I guess. Yeah, no, Narga is going to try to actively set the Feywild on fire, so he is going to just start firebolting
Alright.
random trees.
So, Bramble's next turn, she's actually going to be on you, and she's going to have a chance to tag you. Which is going to be interesting. So, that was Bramble's turn. She starts darting after Narga. It's now Flash's turn.
I'm just gonna kind of be running away from Narga and like looking over my back, make sure he doesn't tag me.
So at this point, I imagine actually Flash is running right next to Briar, the blue pony, and they like both like look over their shoulders to see if Narga's after them, and then look at each other. And you get this creepy pony smile staring at you.
It has normal horse hooves, right?
Yeah, normal horse hooves.
I dodge towards a tree and try to start climbing it. I do not like the horse thing.
Okay. Well, you are a Tabaxi, so you do have a Tabaxi climb speed. So you could actually use your action to climb a tree.
Yes.
Alright, it's now Briar's turn, who skids to a halt, and then goes to the base of the tree you're in, and is looking up at you, curiously. It is now Narga's turn, and you get a chance to firebolt or do something else to the...
Okay, Narga is going to skid to a halt, wait for the thing to tag, and is going to clap his hands together, do this, and prepare inflict wounds at a second level, which is his last second level spell slot. That is basically going to try to catch the horse in the eyeballs as it tags him.
Alright, well, it is now Briar's... Wait. Sorry, not Briar's turn. So you are holding your... You're doing your spell, inflict wounds, you're getting ready for Bramble to try to tag you. Got it. Spider, you are up next. You have this red cap with a bleeding hat on its head, you have taken a bloody heart from, and it has taken some jerky from you.
Okay, well, I'm assuming that means we're friends, so I'm just gonna start talking to him.
Alright. Hi.
So, do you know Sim?
Oh, no, not personally, but I do know we're supposed to find him.
Oh. What are you gonna do with him?
Oh, his dad just wants to talk to him.
Ugh. I think he's scared of his dad.
I really don't know. I mean, that's a little bit above my head.
How long have you worked for his dad?
I don't. I work for his brother.
Oh. So that's his brother?
Well, yeah, I mean, can't you see the similarity? Similarity? Similarity. It's similarity in your tongue, right?
Sure. I mean, do you want to talk Sylvan? I can talk Sylvan.
Oh, perfect! And he switches over to Sylvan.
Okay. My Sylvan's not wonderful, but I can speak Sylvan.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm just gonna pump him for information.
Alright. So, yeah, Timian is Sim's brother. He doesn't... He's a little cagey about Timian's task, so you will have to do a persuasion roll for that, but that's going to have to be probably your next turn, because it's been over
Got it.
6 seconds, I think. So it's Bramble's turn, who will run up and try to tag Narga. So I'll roll the tag, and then you roll your inflict wounds.
24 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits. $26 to hit.
Oh yeah, that definitely hit.
All right. So she tags you and go, "You're it!" And then the inflict wounds happen, and she screams as that hits.
And he's actually going to re-roll all 4 of those because they were all shit.
Okay.
That's not much better. But well, it's better. 21 points of necrotic damage.
Oh yeah, she definitely screams, definitely hurt, but she has declared you it, and she... I mean, if you've got a melee weapon out, you're going to get an opportunity attack, because she is starting to run the opposite direction.
Have my bite.
Yeah, you can try to bite her.
Eat the Kelpie before she eats you.
I
It's the
think
only
that's-
way.
Yeah, I think that's Narga's plan. Oh.
23 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. You're rolling amazing. Go ahead and roll the damage. It's a bite attack, so it's not magical.
5 points of piercing damage.
Alright, so that's 3. It doesn't... As your bite sinks into her rump,
Mm-hmm.
it's almost like your jaws are repelled by her pelt.
Okay. But she's running away from me.
Yeah, she's running away. She has declared you are it, and she is running back the opposite direction.
Okay. My next turn, he'll probably take 2 more Eldritch Blasts as she runs out of his range, but then he's running back the other way. And then he's continuing north.
Alright. I don't know how this is going to end. Flash, you are up next.
I'm going to try to be hiding in the tree, like crawling up into the foliage, as well as trying to get the horse thing to go away by like, shoo, find your own hiding spot. And then watching for Narga, because I think I heard that he was tagged it, so...
Yeah, Narga does not understand this game. Gnolls do not have it.
It's hunting practice. You chase after people and you tag them, and then they chase after you and they tag you.
Yes, Gnolls when they catch people, eat them.
Yeah, I kind of noticed with the zapping and stuff. But now you have to find me.
So I am going to still allow for a stealth check to see how well you hide in the foliage. But I will say that Flash actually yells this out. So Flash does want to play tag. So Narga, you do hear Flash actually describe the game of tag as the way Flash did. That it is hunting practice the way he described it.
Okay, I'm aware of where he is. Narga still doesn't care. Remember, it's been 12 seconds since Narga essentially saw, like, his greatest fear. So, he basically saw Yanogu.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So...
Out of character, Becca knew that would terrify Narga. The Enchantress didn't.
Right.
So, Briar, who is at the base of Flash's tree, has to do a perception check. Which I think was a 3? Or, yeah.
You
So-
rolled a 20 plus 3. You need to roll a d20 plus 3.
Yeah, I do.
But then she wouldn't get that nat 20 all the time.
Uh-huh.
That's not what I want, though. I don't want to do that to you guys. Alright. Still actually sees you. So, Briar, puts her hooves up on the tree and is looking up at you. And it's just kind of looking quizzically at you, considering that Narga's not running your way right now. It is now Narga's turn.
Narga will Eldritch Blast. Blast the bramble. Stupid horsey butt. Taunting me with food.
Taunting you with what?
Horse butts.
Food. And horse butts.
The two greatest temptations.
25 and 17 to hit.
Oh yeah, both of those hit.
That horse has got buttons.
13 points of force damage to that.
And Narga wants some on.
Yeah, apparently. Alright. She screams in pain. She is still alive, doesn't actually seem bloodied yet, but she didn't like that force damage at all.
Okay. Well, Narga will be like, and then turn around and continue to head north.
This is going to be the search for Narga again. Alright.
It's not like he's hard to find. He's literally following a cliff face.
Yeah. Alright, Spider, you are up next. You have been... Oh, yes, the persuasion. Ah. Okay. So, Bloodlust doesn't actually provide you any more information.
Okay. Still trying.
Okay.
Small talk.
Alright. Definitely small talk.
Ask him if he's ever met a troll before.
Says, no, I've never met anyone like you before.
See, I think that's a thing here. You guys say one thing, and then your tone suggests something else. It's kind of, we have a thing that we do like that also, and then I'll say something and Thieves Can't. Like, man, I bet that Enchantress has some really nice gems stashed somewhere, right? But I'll say something else, like, you know, those really nice apples over there. I'd really like to find out where she gets them, which tree that comes from, right? You know, right?
Awesome. It is now Bramble's turn. She turns her head as she starts running back to the water and goes, "You don't play nice!" And then she dives in the water. Flash, you are up a tree. I think you're fairly well hidden, except for the fact that there's this pony beneath you that is looking up at you quizzically. You're treated by a pony.
Is there another tree close by that I could possibly leap to?
There is all kinds of trees. You will have to give me an athletics or an acrobatics check, though.
All right. I'll try that then.
Oh yeah, you leap across the distance to another large, sturdy tree. And with that roll, you grab onto it, so you are in another tree about 10 feet away.
I'm just gonna keep doing that till I can, like, get away from the pony, hopefully.
Alright, so that was your action. You do still have a movement, but you're up in a tree. You could run along the branches to get to the next point for jumping, but that's still only going to be another 15 feet, maybe? 15 feet?
Every little bit helps, I guess.
Alright. Well, that's going to be interesting.
As the party just kind of explodes into all directions.
Well, this section of the party at least. The other section of the party we have determined has been distracted by the Enchantress's minions. It's now Briar's turn, and she's just kind of following along behind you, underneath you, and she's doing like this very gentle trot as she's like looking up at you, and it's just following your path through the trees.
I'm gonna mostly be focusing on losing her now, because I have a sneaking suspicion she might be it.
Narga, you still running? It doesn't seem like anyone's following you at this point.
So it's been 18 seconds. Narga is going to. Do you want me to just make Constitution saves until Narga, like every minute, will figure out how long Narga is running at full speed for?
We can do that if you think, yeah, because
Narga is basically going to run full speed along this cliff line until he's out of breath. So.
All right, give me a Constitution saving throw then.
Okay.
Oh.
So after a minute, I.
Yeah, so you've got a few more rounds. But you were so terrified about what you saw, despite the fact that they were, beautiful.
Narga has a heart attack. Okay.
He doesn't quite have a heart attack, but you are hyperventilating, so you only last a minute, and then you just collapse, and you're just breathing hard. You're trying to catch your breath. You are unable to continue as the sounds of the Feywild. And actually, tiny fairies are just like kind of drifting above your head, curious as to what you're doing. So after a minute, you collapse. So for that minute,
it still puts me about 600 feet away from everybody.
It does put you 600 feet away. So I would like to find out what Spider and Flash want to do during that time, because Flash is trying to escape Briar, and Spider is talking to Bloodlust, the red cap.
Well, my assumption is that all the danger is right here. So I'm not really worried about those guys. I figure they'll find their way back, or I can track them down later.
Okay.
So I am staying here.
Okay. Occasionally, one of the dryads or naiads or sylphs or... I could just keep naming different creatures, but they do stop by with various plates of cheeses, which seem to be the one you like. So cheeses and fruits, and they will actually walk by with it for you to choose if you so wish.
Okay. Eventually, I'm gonna, when I think nobody's looking, I'm gonna like step off and I don't know, climb a tree or something. Find a hiding spot where I can watch people.
Alright, go ahead and give me a stealth check. Okay.
As you can see, I did not optimize. I have a higher athletics than I do stealth.
Yep.
Apparently, Narga needs to like do some cardio because, like, literally, he's exasperated after running 7 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I run faster than 7 miles an hour, and I have a bad knee.
He has a stomach full of meat, so...
Yeah. Alright, Flash, how do you want to handle your encounter with Briar, who is very focused on you up in the trees?
Well, if it's an action to jump between the trees... Cast Spike Growth right where Briar is standing.
Okay.
To throw up difficult terrain all around her. And then drop to the ground outside of the radius of that and then dash away.
Alright, so what is the save against your Spike Growth?
It's not a save.
Technically, it's a perception check to even see that they're there.
Ah, well, alright.
You remember spike growth, right?
Yeah, I do, yes. I just haven't used it in a long time. So, she is going to take initial damage as she's walking forward, because her attention is up on you. So, she will probably move 10 feet as she goes, ow, 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 ow! For 10 feet, what damage does she take?
44.
Alright, roll it. Alright.
8 points magical.
Excellent. Yeah, she goes, ow, 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 and her hooves are actually like high stepping, And
And thus
you jump.
dressage was invented.
Yeah, you jump down out of the radius of your spike growth, and you dash away.
Yep.
It is now her turn, and she will take her action to try to figure out what is hurting her delicate little hooves. And that is a what? Wisdom check or
Uh, yeah, it's disguised, so it's a perception check.
okay. All right, so she sees it. Unfortunately, with that, she only moved 10 feet, and that's a 20-foot radius, if I remember right. So she's going to take another 4d4 points of damage as she leaves this area.
You rolled another 20.
Ah, fuck. Why? Ah, that's irritating. Sorry. All right, 19.
Still sees it.
All right, so she still sees it. She's still going to take the 4d4. It's still 8 points of damage. She does. It is difficult terrain for her, for what I remember. She does manage to get out of it, but you dash away, so you're really far ahead of her. It is now Narga's turn. And this is still part of the running away, unless you want to do something.
Not collapse after a minute, but we already decided then. So Nargu's like, oh, too much. Like he's already beginning to kind of feel that maybe he shouldn't have ate right before he exercised. He's just kind of like, oh. Narga needs to get back into the gym.
Alright. Spider, you manage to hide. You are seeing that the children have eaten their fill. They have imbibed different beverages, and they seem to be going to sleep amongst the moss and the mushrooms.
Okay.
We are going to figure out what Roe and Barrett and Drask have been up to, hopefully next week or the week after. Because I know they've been up to something. I just don't quite know what.
Always up to something.
Yeah, they're always up to something. But they're up to something other than what you've been up to. So, you get to see the tail end of what they're up to. I don't know, I maybe have to ask for a specific session with them. I don't know if that's going to work. That's probably not going to work because of Chris's, everyone's schedule. But they have seemed to refuse to eat, refuse to drink, and they have seemed, at least, to refuse to take any of the food to put away for later. Is there anything else you would like to do? Also, have you told Horse or the new squirrel what you would like them to do?
So I'm going to keep them close to me and tell them not to trust any of these new people.
Okay.
And I'll feed them so they're not tempted to, do their own thing.
All right. So you feed Horse and the squirrel.
Out of my rations.
I'm going to say with Horse that part of your rations is actually the hay and grains that you think that they eat.
Okay.
So I'm not going to penalize you for that at all.
Hadn't thought of it before now, but yeah.
Yeah. Flash, you are running ahead of Briar. They have managed to get out of your area of spike growth, but it significantly slowed them down. Their little hooves are bleeding. Is there something you would like to do?
Is there any place I can see where undergrowth or the density of the trees would make it difficult for, like, a pony-sized creature to get through?
You can give me an investigation check.
Alrighty.
You think that some of the shrubbery just to the south of the Enchantress's Grove is dense enough that maybe the pony can't get through.
I'll start going that way then.
Okay.
Still running along, trying to duck behind obstacles.
I lost him again. I hate that. Alright. I think I'm going to wrap up the session right now, because Narga has ran away and is collapsing from exhaustion, and Timian is away from keyboard because Chester is sick. So I will say, Flash dives into some shrubbery and like burrows in. Spider, you are up in a tree, hidden after feeding Horse and the squirrel, who you have not yet named.
I will name him Apple.
Apple. You feed Apple and Horse, and then you find a good hiding place once no one is looking at you. And Briar is like looking at her hooves, which are bleeding. She gives this angry huff and then trots back to the water and jumps in. Bloodlust is looking around for Spider. Darling, aren't we going to have dinner?
Yeah, he's creepy.
And for at least this week, this wonderful chaotic week, I think that's where I'm going to end it, and I hope we can play again next
Truthfully, has there been a non-chaotic week?
No, there hasn't. It's all been wonderful and amazing, but there has been no non-chaotic week.
In my defense, I think I'm not chaotic. I'm just neutral, and I go along with everyone else who's chaotic.
Yeah, that works.
Left to my own, I'm chilling in a tree.
Yeah.
Alright, well, thanks for game.
Oh, I do want to say one thing before we close.
Okay.
Apple, sitting on your shoulder, is... You actually understand this, but anyone that would be able to hear it is actually hearing Apple go squeak, 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 squeakum, squeak, squeak, squeakum, squeak. What Spider hears is, "Come to me, my rodent companions. We have a new ally. We shall succeed against Sultan Myopia."
Who is this Sultan Myopia anyway? We'll leave it there.
Yes, we shall leave it there.
Perfect.
Alright, thank you very much.
Alright. Good night, James.
Have a good night.
Good
Night,
night.
Sorry,
Becca.
I wasn't here for most of the game.
Yeah, sorry about that. I hope you can watch the stream or the YouTube and catch up. There was a lot of awesomeness.